Okay, so in today's episode that I would like to talk about is this SpongeBob episode. So this episode was actually from SpongeBob, and it's actually a season 11 episode of the series. So this is called No Pictures Please. So actually in this episode, Patrick had led an enthusiastic stranger on the tour of the favorite places of Bikini Bottom. SpongeBob actually does appear in the episode, however, he actually is a minor character, you know. Okay. So let's just begin with the episode. Okay. The episode begins with Patrick asking for balloons at the Bikini Bottom bus depot, despite having them not getting anything. Just then, a bus towing Bikini Bottom actually arrives to the bus depot, so everyone wants to go to the bathroom. Patrick sees that the bus driver had actually left his hat because he was going to the bathroom. And where is it? One of the fish was actually checking out Bikini Bottom. Rube thinks Patrick is a tour guide, so he actually starts showing Rube Bikini Bottom. Patrick actually saw a kissing stone and then a hole he dug. The kid actually stole the ice cream from him, and a man made a rude comment on him. Eventually, Patrick had showed his friend SpongeBob while he's sleeping next. He shows that Squidward was in the bathroom, but they get kicked out because Squidward was really upset. Patrick actually shows Rube the Krusty Krab, and now SpongeBob's making Krabby Patties. But when they play with the toilets, they get kicked out again. And then they show Sandy's tree dump, but then they quickly get out of there due to the lack of water helmets, and they accidentally flooded the tree dome. But Patrick actually shows Rube the last stop of the tour, which is the cemetery. They meet a skeleton who is a friend of Patrick, but Rube accidentally tears the skeleton's arm off. It made him mad. The skeleton had chased Patrick and Rube until they reached Patrick's house. SpongeBob had came to warn Patrick and Rube on the angry mob, but it was too late. All the police and the citizens arrived at the scene. Sandy actually rages out to say that they had busted her dome. The skeleton man was very angry, and Squidward, who was actually in the tower, actually commented. But they were really disgusted because of what Squidward wore. So when Mr. Krabs actually told the police that Mr. Krabs had said that they stole the formula, they actually opened the camera and saw that Plankton was actually the one here. But Rube apparently turned out to be an illusion created by the tidal zone. This eventually freaks out the citizens of the Bikini Bottom, who ran out in fear as the episode ends. So there were actually some running gags, such as Patrick getting beaten up. Rube apparently said amazing and taking pictures. So Rube apparently is an illusion from the tidal zone. But this Rube from the SpongeBob's Big Birthday Blowout is actually a tour guide. I'm not too sure if that's true or not. The Krusty Krab's customers were stepping on Plankton, so Plankton was actually the one who was in the camera. Okay, so actually SpongeBob didn't cry in this episode. I would just say that the episode is like, okay. So this actually marks the appearance of the title, so it reappears in the episode as in the Night Patty. The French narrator actually narrated the end since the Nasty Patty. And eventually the tidal zone is actually a parody of the Twilight Zone. And as well as this, it was actually paired with Mind the Gap in doing the SpongeBob Code Catcher Marathon. So this is actually the third time Patrick dehydrates the tree dome due to suffocation without the helmet. It was first paired with tea at Tree Dome and was yours, mine, and mine. I'll just say that both Patrick and Rune did learn a lesson, but despite Rune actually being an illusion, Patrick was the one who eventually caused all this to happen. And I must really say, so this episode actually aired just one year before the SpongeBob creator Steven Hillenburg died. I'll just say that even though yes, I still like SpongeBob, however, I would just say that I just hope for the best that SpongeBob doesn't get cancelled, you know. I mean, SpongeBob's a good show, but I actually like it, you know. It's one of my childhood. Alright. So actually that was actually all for this episode, and this is me signing off.